Okay. Hey, how's it going? Probably wondering why it's been a while, but lockdown, that'll do it to you. And look at this beard. If that doesn't say lockdown, I don't know what does. But what I wanted to talk about today, and it's kind of relation to that, is how someone's physical disability might affect their mental health, which is I don't think often talked about in cartoons and stuff when they have those episodes where somebody will find a person in a wheelchair and find out how about their life and such, but they'll never get into the mental health part of it. At least that's in the cartoons I've seen when I was growing up. That might be different now because mental health, I think, is more talked about and more open. I mean, Steven Universe, kind of a lot more progressive than, Bugs Bunny. Maybe not best to compare them, but I did. So that's kind of what I wanted to talk about and open the floor to other people to ask me questions about such things. I kind of go how it affected me throughout my life from grade school to now. So in grade school, about, grade 1 to 8, I felt, that I was left out of a lot of things, which, that's just not good for anyone. So that really affected me mentally, I think. Just not being able to play sports, even though now I don't really have much inclination to play sports. Or maybe I would have if, I had the chance to. Even something like playing baseball just for a local school team wasn't something I could do. And, no matter how hard I tried, there was just a physical barrier that I couldn't break through because I could beef myself up as much as I want, but somebody's going to outrun me because they have longer legs. Or somebody's going to be able to hit a ball better because they have longer arms. That's just how it is. Sort of, to put it in nerdy terms, sort of like how Krillin can never be Goku. Because Krillin is a human and Goku is a Saiyan. No matter how much Krillin tries, not going to work. At least in the pure battle thing. So that kind of made me feel bad. Because, when you saw people play sports and stuff, or even play tag or something in recess, I wouldn't be able to get to join or participate, and that was, really, that was a bummer. And when it snowed, I couldn't even go outside because the snow was so deep, and I wasn't, it was up to here, so I couldn't go outside, so I had to, hang back, which is kind of a bummer as well. But that was the big thing. And plus, this goes for in general, and even still now, I think. Well, I'll explain first and then explain my explanation. I didn't really have a lot of people to talk to. Well, that's a lie. I did. But not anyone who was also a dwarf that could relate to the problems I was having. Like the same problems. Because, you got a lot of people who are like, I went through this. And then people that also went through that would be able to help them. But I'm a dwarf. Not a lot of people I know who are. So I had a lot less people to help me there. Not that I didn't have people to help me. I, had a loving family and various friends throughout my life to help me. But that's just, the thing. So, yeah. I didn't plan any of this, by the way. I didn't write a script for this, so this is going to be off the wall. But then high school came around. And high school was pretty bad. I didn't like it. I literally have nightmares, currently, to this day, of having to go back to high school. Because I just did not like it. It was not a fun. It was not a fun. It was a bad. Mostly because I think high school was very on the surface. Like, you didn't really get to know people. At least in my experience, I'm sure there's tons of people who actually enjoyed high school. But for me, I just it was a square peg in a round hole kind of thing. I didn't really just couldn't fit in, didn't get along with anyone. I had friends, sure, but I didn't think I really had anyone close. And just the pressure of also high school in general. I actually got sick a lot, and I skipped a lot. It was bad. But yeah, high school was bad. That's all I really can say. High school was bad. You don't really, at least for me, wasn't good. And I'm sure that if I think back on it now, knowing what I know about myself, I definitely had anxiety. Probably should have gone to a doctor about it, Because there was a part where there was like 3 months where I missed school because I was throwing up for no reason. And I went to the doctors, various things. And then you found out, and thinking back now, it's, I just hated school, and my body was like, well, you're not going there. Throwing up to prevent school. So that wasn't fun. But then college happened. And that changed me for the better. I found out a lot about myself. And I found a lot of people that maybe it was because I was older and I was able to articulate my problems more. Or maybe we all just had so many more life experience that I was able to make friends with deeper connections than, I was friends with people who didn't like anime or didn't watch video games. Well, if watching video games is a thing, check out my gameplay channel, which is this one. But like playing games, they didn't really relate to that. But I was still their friends, and a lot of them I still consider my friends. And so I was able to, work on that, work on myself. I was physically active. I was doing something. I think I was sick once in the first year, and I felt terrible about it. Compared to high school, where if I was sick for one day, I was like, heck yeah, don't have to go to school. So, just for, people who might be seeing this and are going through high school now, it does get better. It does. And so I feel I was able to relate to people in college, not even outside of my class, but not even inside my, school, but I was able to make friends with people I play like cards with that I didn't really feel I might have been as close to, but now I became close because of college, I think, made me more sociable and know how to be a human. Then after college happened, that was no good. That was really bad. I would almost say worse than high school because I just didn't know what to do. Most of my friends from college left, and that made me really sad. People that you grow up on for 2 years, and then all of them leave. Kind of a bummer. And still, granted, I still have my friends that I played cards with and such that lived in my city, but it still really bummed me out. Plus, I didn't know where to go from there. Like, what do I do with myself? I just couldn't figure it out. And it got really bad. There was a couple days where I just, would be anxious and didn't know why. And then my heart started, it literally affected my body. Like I was having heart pains, which isn't good. Because my family has a history of heart badness, so I didn't want the heart badness. So I went to many doctors, and they were like, nothing wrong with your heart. Maybe you got anxiety. I was like, maybe you're right. So I went on some anxiety medication, I think, ever since I made the conscious effort to try to be better. I got a job. Things have been better. I feel that I've grown as a person and been able to make choices in my life that hopefully improve further down. So that's sort of how mental health mental health has affected my disability has affected my mental health throughout my life. Another thing is dating. Dating's really hard. That's a thing I'm currently still struggling with. Is just hard to find dates, especially now. And I get it. I don't find dwarf women attractive most of the time, so I'm not gonna be like, oh, I'm not gonna be like an incel. I'm gonna be banned for saying that. I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, they're only. I get it. It still sucks. So I'm slowly, accepting that, I guess, that I might never have, a family like I always wanted. But, well, I have god kids, but unless I kill my friend, I'm not going to get them. So I'm not going to do that. So there you go. But yeah, that's basically what I wanted to talk about. Didn't know what I want to talk about. This is also my second time recording this. And if it doesn't record this time, I'm going to be mad. But anyway, if you guys have any questions about, how one's mental health affects, how one's physical disability might affect your mental health, feel free to ask any questions you might have, either in this YouTube page or wherever else I'm posting this. Feel free to let me know any questions you might have. And other Let's Play stuff will be coming out soon, hopefully. Like I said, this lockdown's been really keeping me down, so I'm trying to get back into it. But till then, stay punny.